Welcome to the maiden edition of African Gaming Expo, tagged Age Lagos 2024. I am Zini AK representing iGaming Africa, and gathered here in Lagos are regulators, exhibitors, and of course operators from every global market in the iGaming sector gathered here today for the first ever edition of the Age Lagos 2024. I will be taking you through some amazing interview section with the regulators, operators, speakers, of course, guest those speakers, and everybody that are here today to share their ideas and thoughts about the African gaming market and how to move it forward to the next level. So stay with me as I take you through an amazing interview section. Once again, I am Zini AK and this is iGaming Africa. All right, so I'm so glad to be having this interview because this happened to be my first of the Age Lagos 2024, and it is none other than this amazing woman sitting right next to me, none other than Caroline Kongwa. I got it correctly, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. All right, let's dig into it. How important is expos and summit like this from your experience?
I'll talk from a regulator perspective. So very, very important in the sense that first of all, you've got, the educational part, and, on the other side of this wall, we are busy, with the educational content. There are panels. There's a good wealth of knowledge and sharing of experience. You get insight into the different aspects of gambling, from the time a person conceptualizes a game, a machine, to actually the regulator who then has to regulate the end product, also ensure that individuals who gamble are saved from the negative impact of gambling and they're protected. And then you also meet, other regulators who, may not be as advanced as certain jurisdictions, but there's something they're definitely doing right. So learning doesn't stop. It doesn't matter how advanced or not advanced a jurisdiction is. There is a lot to learn. For example, the jurisdiction where I come from, which is South Africa, we haven't regulated online gambling yet. We definitely have more a land-based approach. So coming to, sessions like this, definitely you learn a lot. And then also behind us, there's the exhibition. You also get good educational content and understanding products. And as regulators, we have to ensure these products are compliant in the way they are used, and also that they comply with legislation. So this is a good balance and definitely great value one gets all in one place.
There has been need for conversations like this over the years. When we go to other summits and other exhibitions, we have just a fraction of, regulators or conversation about regulating, this aspect of the iGaming sector. But today we are having it, in a large environment, and then a lot of conversations around it for this expo. So what is the need for having summits like this that factors and centers around, regulating the iGaming sector?
Right. It's actually very important, and like you rightly observed, most conferences, seminars, and events are more operator-centric or other stakeholder-centric. It's a platform for operators to meet with vendors and technical providers in the industry. However, we downplay, the importance of the regulator without understanding that regulators are key to the point that they could come up with legislations, laws, policies that could hinder the performance of operators. It's very important that regulators are given a platform to express, to share their thoughts, their opinions, and to also take in the opinion and operators of other stakeholders in the industry. It's actually long overdue. And just anchoring the session with the regulators from the various regions of Africa, it was very enlightening to see that as much as each country on the continent is different, there are lots of similarities as well. And then they have common issues, which means that collaboration would help. And we could also start to consider harmonization of some of the requirements, policies, guidelines to ensure that not only is each country safe, but the African continent as a whole, the gaming industry, is, safe, secure, and sustainable for the long term.
I think to me, in every single conference that I go to, there's always such a huge sense of excitement, such a huge sense of immediacy. And then everybody goes back to their offices and everybody gets inundated with their emails and with work and everything sort of goes back to the way it was. I think what's really important is there are a lot of really great conversations that are happening here. My advice to everybody is keep those conversations going. Don't stop. If you said you're going to email somebody, email them, ask questions. Just keep these connections going because that's the only way we progress. If we go back home and do things the way we've always done them, then we're back to where we were.
All right, thank you so much for talking to us. Like I said, it was an honor talking to him. I hope you guys can feel that from the wealth of knowledge that he just dropped here on the carpet with this interview. Thank you so much, Mark, for talking to us. I have here with me Clésio Dias, representing Paulo Ringot, the CEO of the Institute of Gambling Supervision Institute of Angola. I got it correctly. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
I heard the CEO was well represented here today. You had a speaking section and it went amazing. How was it like for you being up there today and passing that message and having that much needed conversation here today?
Well, it was a really nice experience. It's our first time participating in a panel such as this with other African regulators. We must say that we are fairly new ourselves. The Institute was only created in 2014. So, we're getting close to 10 years now, and it's that's almost an infant in gambling, in the gambling sector. But we're making sure that by participating in more conferences like this one, in panels as the ones that we participated, being able to interchange experience with our fellow regulators, that will make significant steps towards where we need to be, which is a safe space and at the same time attractive for investors and players alike.
Welcome back to Lagos, Nigeria. How has, the environment been treating you?
Well, I think Lagos is a second home because Lagos is a sister city to us. And, Accra has been doing this sort of sister cities and other activities. So Lagos is just a stone throw from Ghana.
You are the head of the Gaming Commission of Ghana. And from your standpoint of view, how important is having summits like this, gathering like this? And I dare say, this is the first of its kind organized by an African in Africa for Africans. And having put this together and bringing everybody, and not just operators and exhibitors, more regulators together this year for a summit like this. From your standpoint of view, how important is a summit like this, and how often do you think should be held?
But I think that such conferences should be held often, if possible, annually. We can rotate it even among the African countries, where from time to time, or even if we can start with West Africa, I think that would be great. Where countries in West Africa, every year, we can rotate it among the countries. We can hold such sessions or such conferences, and then bring the operators together with the regulators. Because we as a regulator don't operate as an island. We operate with the operators themselves, the gaming operators. And so we need to meet at a central point for discussions, hear from the operators' perspectives on issues. And then as a regulator or as regulators, we also bring our perspectives, look at how best we can all come to common grounds on topical issues within the gaming industry.
How are you and how do you feel being here?
I'm good, and it's quite impressive expo where we have a number of gaming regulators, a number of gaming operators, and software and hardware suppliers. And that is how it should be when it comes to gaming expos, because this ecosystem has to work together to ensure that we have a fair and responsible gaming space.
Okay. How essential should summits like this be? How important should conversations around regulating the gaming sector?
Basically, the expos, the conferences should be organized the way Edge has organized our conference, because you can't speak about gaming when you're only operators. You can't speak about gaming when you're only regulators. You can't speak about gaming when it's only software providers. We have to come together and collaborate. And this is all about collaboration to ensure that, one, we learn from the best practices. Two, we focus on, again, I repeat, standardizing the industry to focus on two major aspects: player protection, responsible gaming, and of course revenue generation.
It was an incredible day one, or technically day two, of the African Gaming Expo 2024, tagged Age Lagos 2024. And the theme for this year is exploring, different opportunities in the African gaming market. We've learned a lot today. A lot of informative panel sections had happened today, day one. It has been an amazing time here at Eko Hotels Suites, Lagos, Nigeria. We're looking forward to another incredible day two of the summit. I am Zini Eke, and iGaming Africa is here to bring you all the best and amazing moments of this summit. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you.